SX workers, who was the grossest customer you have had? Story 1. A friend of mine used to work at a brothel. She told me about a client, late 40s to mid 50s, who wanted her to wear his actual daughter's clothes and do some father-daughter age and incest play. He claimed it was the only way to satisfy his urges without doing something despicable. His daughter was 14 and he was bringing in her actual clothing. Apparently he was a regular and would call ahead looking for young petite workers who were up for the extreme age play. My friend said she saw him once and was pretty creeped out by the experience, so declined him on further visits. She also said that as far as weird clients go, he was an ideal punter at face value. He was upfront about what he wanted, never pushed any of the girls' limits and paid whatever they demanded, which unfortunately was not the standard behavior for every John. She did say that it was the most creepy client she had though. Story 2. When I was working under a service, I got called to meet with an older man in his 70s, regular to the service, that wants to take some extreme photos and receive a BJ to completion. When I got to his place, he walked me to a room with a life-size crucifix and a noose hung on the ceiling that can be lowered and raised. First set of photos, I slipped my wrists through metal hoops of the crucifix. Second set of photos, I was on tippy toes with the noose, loose-ish, around my neck. I was told to act dead, expressionless, limp. After the photos we set up for the BJ and his dick was too low for when I'm on my knees, so he found a crate to stand on. As I was blowing him, I noticed stabbing pain on my thighs but pushed through because he was already coming, didn't take long. I looked down and it was his gross long ass yellow and black toenails that were stabbing my thighs. Literally dry heaving thinking about it. Edit. I was told about the crucifix and noose beforehand, other girls also have gone before with no issues. When I got there and saw that the guy is really old and moves slow, I did not feel threatened or afraid, and I made sure to be observant of him the whole time for signs of aggression, but apart from the death-related fetishes, he was quite meek. After the ordeal we shared a joint and talked for a bit. Knowing I will not be returning, I asked him how he developed his fetish with the nooses and crucifixes. He said matter-of-factly that it all started with being physically abused by his mother as a child and witnessing his mother killing herself via hanging. I was very surprised and appreciative of his honesty, definitely one of the more eye-opening, disturbing experiences I've had in SW. Story 3. Used to work as a professional dominatrix. Had a client who brought a pet egg to a session and then ate my foot shavings. Had another client who brought yogurt to the session and paid me to watch him FCK the little Yoplait cup. The smell was atrocious. And of course, there are the many clients who never adequately prepared for a pegging. I honestly can't choose. Story 4. Not me but a friend who escorts had a guy really into shaming. He would go through her trash can to find used condoms of other clients and start chewing on them, and he wanted her to start yelling at him and beating him for doing that, while he was on his knees still chewing on the used condoms. Story 5. Ex-exotic dancer here. I watched a girl get on stage with a bottle of Heineken and put it into her vagina, then do a handstand effectively, drinking it. She then stood back up and the beer went back into the bottle and someone paid her to drink it. Please, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to notifications for new incredible stories from Reddit.